When Steel talks, everybody listens.
When Steel Talks is really pleased to have the opportunity for the first time to sit down with Mr. Tristan Brewington-Japsi of Steel Sensation and more recently of Adlib. Welcome. It's good to be able to get into your head. I mean, seeing you around, watching you grow, it's been good, but then let's have the honor and the pleasure of sharing what we know about you with the rest of the steelpan community out there. So welcome.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So first of all, you are the great nephew of Sunilal Killer Samru and the late Dr. Jit Samru. They were brothers. Your dad is Ian Japsi of Steel Sensation fame. About 3-4 weeks ago, you were the third placed arranger with Adlib Junior Steel Orchestra in the annual Youth Pan Fest here in Brooklyn, New York. And you've been working with Adlib for a while as well. We know a lot about you, but fill in the blanks, like how did you become involved with Pan, which probably came about with your dad, but take us along the journey.
Well, I got involved in it, kind of grew up in it, because my Steel Sensation started when I was a little kid. And,
About how old?
Well, I think how it started is he had a couple pans and bassist, keyboardist, and when they went on gigs, a lot of people thought the sound was coming through keyboards,
the
through
norm,
speakers and all that.
Not the pan.
So,
Anything else but the pan. Yeah.
They would do all steel drum band. Kind of modeled it after Samurai Jets.
Right.
And so I think by the time I was 1 year old, so 1996, the all steel drum Steel Sensation came about, and so from around that time I kind of just
grew up into it. So you always had an interest in it.
Yeah.
So it's pretty early in your life. You remember just being allowed near the pan, staring the keyboards and everything else.
Yeah. I used to be picking out songs and trying little things, but it was always around.
Okay, so then we know exactly how you got set on this path. We should also mention that back in 2013 there was a pan solo contest that you won. So congratulations on that, and you've been continuing along. Having been part of pan and pan being in you, what has been that experience like for you, being totally immersed in music and growing up, coming into your own, not only as a performer, because you do play at Panorama every year, but also as an arranger in your own right? It's been an experience.
Talk
about it.
Well, because I played pan, kind of set me aside a little differently from in terms of being in school. And high school, most kids start off on flute, clarinet,
So
trumpet.
you had the pan as your primary instrument at that point, right?
It wasn't really well known.
You mean pan?
Right. In terms of the capabilities and all of that. I actually was fortunate to have some amazing music teachers from my high school, and very open-minded. And when they saw that I played pan, I did a number of shows in the school with the pan, and they wanted to involve me.
So this was their introduction, essentially, into pan, the instrument.
Right.
Okay.
And when they saw the type of stuff, they would ask me, "Hey, well, what can you play? What do you do? Can you do this? You want to join?" So I ended up joining the marching band.
Okay.
And
the only panist in the marching band. That sounds like another person we know, Mandy Lawrence in Princeton University. She was a double second player. She's originally from Dominica, but she was the only panist in the Princeton University's marching band at that point in time. So there is precedence for this.
So they ended up, they told me I was the first person in New York State to have a steel pan in the competitive field. I don't know about the other fields, but I know for sure for the competitive, and that was the first.
In relation to the marching band?
Right. And So that was an experience on its own because, here I have all these brass instruments and all these other things, as well as having the pan alongside it. And that also led me to doing jazz band with the pan.
Okay.
And eventually, for my senior recital, I actually used the pan.
So this was in high school.
Right.
All right.
I was a percussionist, but they let me use the pan. I did Flight of the Bumblebee for that. For that one. So
Okay.
that was a pretty good experience as well too. Yeah. So and aside from that was from like the school aspect.
Well, you mentioned that this was a unique experience for you in school, while your fellow students were playing the other conventional instruments. What did they think of the pan as an instrument and looking at your dexterity on it at the time and your enthusiasm? I mean, what was the feedback like?
It's good, really good. When I first came in with it, a lot of the kids.
And did you do tenor or double?
Yeah, tenor.
Okay.
Eventually seconds.
Yeah, right.
When I came in with the pan, they looked kind of in shock. what is this doing here? And a lot of people they weren't sure what it sounded like.
Mm-hmm.
They've seen it, they've seen of it, heard
Great.
of it, and a lot of people come up and try and check it out.
As usual, like,
play.
what's up? Yeah.
And when they heard the sound, they were kind of shocked. And it was good. I had a lot of people interested in it. A lot of people would always come and, hey, can I?
So essentially, you're a very good student ambassador at the point in time.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've been performing for a while. How did you first develop an interest in the arranging aspect of pan?
Really through watching Amrit a lot.
Who's your second cousin?
Yes.
All right, Amrit Samru for
Amrit
the
Samru.
yeah.
I've been watching him since I was a little kid. Coming up every summer from Trinidad, arranging music for Steel Sensation and other bands, and just seeing how we worked and always thinking, I want to do something like that. I want to do that. I want to learn to do that.
Okay, so you definitely extended yourself into that aspect of pan.
Right.
Okay, what was it like doing the arrangement for Adlib Junior Orchestra? Is that your first time going into the competitive phase regarding arranging?
Well, I did the bomb competition back.
Right, the USSA
Right.
a few years ago. Right, okay, so that
That
so that was in terms of the ensemble.
Right.
And for now a junior orchestra for
This
like
is
say
the first
15, 20.
junior.
So this was your first time. What was that like, and how were you approached, and what did you think about it, and how did you work with it?
Well, it came about. We were all just kind of sitting down, and the kids. Well, actually, Matthews from Crossfire you mentioned.
Okay, Matthew Best.
Right.
Okay.
And he's like, "Hey, you should come in this year. We're doing it." A
And
couple
there-
other people. I said, "You know what? I'll talk to management and see where it goes." And I talked to them. They were on board, and I said, "Let's do it." I spoke to the kids, and they were all excited. So.
Okay, and third place, not bad at all for first entry. Excellent, congratulations, well done.
Thank you.
So, in addition to pan and probably keyboards,
Yeah.
what else do you play? Anything else beside pan and keyboards?
Well, I did in high school. I spoke to my teacher after I'm playing percussion all the time outside of the school. When I went to so he fit me on to French horn,
Oh,
which
very nice.
like my last 2 years I actually did that, and that kind of led me into trumpet. And for marching band I did mellophone my last year, which
Okay.
was similar to the fingers and the French horn. And, other than that, I tried to teach myself quattro a little bit.
Of course, I mean, hey, especially if you're going to go paranging, right? You need to have the quattro down.
Seeing my uncles in Trinidad playing it. Doc, he actually plays cellos for Samurai Jets Carlton, his real name. Seeing him play that, I was interested. So the first time I went for the Panorama in 2014, I was begging him since then. Hey, you gotta teach me.
So how far along are you?
Pretty good ways. I learned a lot of chords. I still have a lot more to learn though.
So definitely the quattro wings are being spread.
Yeah.
You're looking forward to Christmas time to paranging now?
course.
It's going to be good. I know that. So in terms of education and focusing on the musical aspect, what are your goals in that regard, and where are you in that right now?
So right now, I'm at Nassau Community College. I've been going back and forth through music, mainly because when I'm in it, I realize like, hey, good for you, you're in it, and then they're like, oh, you're not gonna find a job. It's the first thing they cut, this and that, and then I went back to liberal arts. I'm like, oh, you should do music. I went back, and the main thing is I want to have that degree behind me.
In music.
Right. So I'm sticking with it.
Okay. All right. What type of music outside of maybe soca and everything else do you listen to? Do you have a particular preference, or what influences you most, and who do you listen to?
I listen to much things that I can listen to. I grew up with a lot of different music playing in the house. On my father's side, more calypso, soca, Bollywood music, chutney, Paran.
Right.
My mother's side, I grew up with a lot of hip hop, rap, R&B,
Okay.
country music. My family's from South,
So you're well-rounded.
yeah.
Anything that sounds enjoyable and it really captivates your attention, and I suppose there's some influences in that when you're arranging them.
Right.
Okay.
Recently, I've been listening to this guy George Aragio,
Okay.
the Brazilian composer. It's mostly a lot of samba music. I've been listening to that for quite some time, almost every day.
Ah, okay. So you're another growing phase within your music experiences. Okay. What are your dreams in terms of your future when it comes to Pan in a perfect world?
In terms of fans, I would like to see it in more schools, like how we have flute and everybody plays flute.
You'd like to see it more as a conventional instrument and being included in the roster of instruments.
Right.
Okay.
And, I see it going in that path so far. So
Slowly
that's a
but
good
surely.
thing to see.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean it's slowly getting there, but it's getting there.
And would you like to play a role in that?
Yes.
In what way?
Actually, one of my things right now is I'm hoping to be a teacher.
Okay,
And,
educator.
right. And incorporating steelpan in a classroom setting would be one of the
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Okay. So what, in your opinion, are some of the challenges, the greatest challenges facing the steelpan art form in New York?
One of the things that I see, Ad-Lib is out on Long Island, so we don't really have as much of an issue as I hear some of the issues going on in Brooklyn. And I don't really know 100% what's going on, but I'm familiar with some of the issues in terms of the yards, and that's mainly one of the biggest issues that I see. I'm not really 100% sure how to answer.
But essentially, those are your concerns in terms
Right.
of where people will be able to practice the art form moving forward, competitions available to get to the museum to perform. You need to have been able to practice for at least a month or so before.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's open knowledge right now that it's a concern. All right. What disappoints you most about the steelpan movement overall? Not necessarily relegated only to New York, but is there anything that really,
I can't say there's anything that disappoints me. Because,
Okay.
I tend to look
on the positive side?
Yeah,
So
and,
then, what really makes you happy about it, or what are you most proud of in that case?
the thing that makes me happy, one, seeing players enjoy what they do.
Okay.
The fact that you have so many young kids and even adults come out every night, dedicate that to steelpan practice.
Time, yeah.
That's a good thing on its own. But I also, like I said, I see it in a lot more schools now. Being with Steel Sensation, I see that. Well, I didn't go with them, but Mark and Ryan and all those guys, everybody else got to go in Virginia, Maine, and just seeing all these different schools that incorporate pans and different events. That
As
they
a
have.
major part of the curriculum.
Right, and throughout the United States, they have events going on for the steel pan, so things like that.
Gives you a real great, hopeful view for the future of pan. Okay, if you had the power and the ability to change one thing in pan, what would that be?
Probably be to let the players get compensated for the time that they put in. I I know it's a lot of hard work.
So
Nice.
compensation for the players in terms of
The time that they put in, the work they put into the band. Fortunately here for New York, not everybody has all the funds to do that for their players, but that would be
something that you would take care of.
right.
Now we know that you've grown up in Pan, literally. It's been a musical household. What is the interaction between you and your dad in terms of, you guys go gigging now as opposed to you being just growing up into it, so it's a family band, but you'll work together. You now are growing into a musician in your own right. You're an adult, you're working with dad. What's that rapport like, and what do you think about it?
It's fun.
Ah,
A lot
that's
of fun.
cool.
He lets me grow into myself in the sense that he'll guide me, but he wouldn't tell me what to do.
He allows your creativity to flow.
Right. And he'll say, try something like this, or try to do this. And right now he's just at a point where he just kind of lets me do my thing.
Okay.
He'll literally, unless it's like sounding really bad, then he'll say, come and say something, a comment. But most of the time.
So he's a guiding force, but he's allowing you to prove yourself. This is good. Excellent. So you really have a good thing going there. It's really good to have family involved, especially if it's what you do and what you love. It's really good. Well, Tristan, it's been really, really good sitting down with you and getting some more insight into, how you got to this point, what your goals are, what really touches you, and we can just wish you the best and hope to hear a whole lot more about you and from you, musically speaking, and otherwise great things in years to come. Thank you for being here with When Steel Talks.
Thank you so much.